Welcome back everyone. We get to talk about the iPhone SE 2020 once more, and like I said, I'm going to pre-order it tomorrow. I'm actually going to pre-order two. I'm going to keep one and I'm going to give one away to you guys, so make sure you guys keep a lockdown on the channel so you don't miss that giveaway. But with the iPhone SE 2020 and with a lot of other phones that come out, I usually kind of, give my take on it, the good and the bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the iPhone SE 2020. Now, luckily, there's really not too much to hate on. This is a really good priced phone, and because of the price, it pretty much justifies a lot of the reasons why Apple, might have like recycled the design, all that stuff. So it's not really that big of a deal that they're using the same design. Obviously, it shouldn't be because this is a budget phone. If you want a top tier model, go for the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max. This phone is not supposed to, replace that phone at all by any means. This is just a budget offering with, some of the greatest and latest specs that Apple has, which is really awesome. Now, there were only two little gripes that I could find with this phone that really aren't even that big of a deal to a lot of people. The first one being maybe the battery life. It was confirmed that the iPhone SE 2020 will have a 1821 mAh battery, which is the same exact size as the iPhone 8. It's really not that big of a deal. My iPhone 8 always had pretty good battery life, but it would have been cool if they were to, increase that battery size. But really, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think for me. It might be a big deal to you. Also, the front camera is exactly the same as the previous model. Still not that big of a deal. With the original iPhone SE, that used the exact same camera as the iPhone 6s, so it's really not that big of a deal. I think, for some people, they might have expected 4K at 60 or something, so considering the iPhone 11 had it, so not a big deal to me, but it would have been cool if it had it. But those are really the only two main gripes that I could find with this phone. Other than that, it's pretty much a knock out of the park. They really nailed it down to the canvas for sure on this one. Now, the reasons why I love this phone, for based off the specs and everything that I've seen, the first thing being, it was confirmed again that this phone has 3 gigs of RAM, and I was really praying to God it either had 3 or 4 gigs of RAM. If it had 2, I would have cried. Thankfully, it has 3, so this thing is up from the iPhone 8's 2 gigs of RAM, which is a huge plus. The iPhone XR has 3, so in a lot of ways, this is kind of like an iPhone XR, but in an iPhone 8 body, but with the A13 chip. I think that's the best way you can kind of, cycle all those things together. So this thing is going to be super fast for a lot of people, whether you're going to use it for, small things or you're going to use it for big things. Especially if you're somebody who currently owns a 6S, 7, 8, or whatever, it's going to be a huge performance increase if you go from one of those phones to an iPhone 8 for sure. Now, it does have the A13 chip inside of it, which, if you guys don't know, is the same exact chipset that's inside the iPhone 11, the 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max. It is the latest and greatest chipset that Apple makes, and again, this phone is still super fast based off what we've seen, and I've owned all the iPhones so far, so they all seem really, really fast, the ones that are on the A13 chip, so I can definitely tell you this one is not going to be a problem there in terms of performance. It's still going to be up there for sure. And the other thing is this is something where I've seen a couple people talk about, but not everyone. Brand new, the iPhone SE2, as you guys know, is going to be costing $399. But the thing is that the model this is pretty much replacing is the iPhone 8, and that phone costs $449 brand new, which is so crazy. So this one is not only cheaper than that phone for the base models, for the same exact storage models, but for the iPhone SE2's mid-tier model, which is the 128 gig model, that is actually $449, which is the same price as the iPhone 8 that was selling for 64 gigs for $449, which is insane. So you're getting more of a phone for the same price. And I love Apple when they do this. They did the same thing with the iPhone 11, and they're doing it again with the iPhone SE2, which is super cool. So you're getting a better phone, more storage for the same price, which is really, really awesome. Now, another really cool thing about the iPhone SE2 is portrait mode. We have portrait mode on this phone, which is really, really awesome. And even though I personally don't use portrait mode all that much, it's going to be really, really awesome for a lot of people out there, especially if they have kids and family members that they want to take pictures of. You have the capability of shooting those pictures on an iPhone SE2, which is really, really awesome. And this will also make it much easier for me to do those camera comparisons because, if a phone doesn't have portrait mode, I have to skip that. So now I can, compare them much, much better once I get my hands on it. So that's really pretty much it, you guys. If you have any other questions or any other reasons as to why to pick up an iPhone SE2, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. More importantly, everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.